Well, more than 50 million people worldwide are living with dementia, and we are learning that there's a connection between the disease and hearing loss. Here to talk with us about that connection and how to prevent hearing loss is Dr. Sarah Burdak from Starkey Hearing Technologies. Welcome. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
Inevitably, we do lose hearing, but there's more research and more studies now documenting that the link is hearing can also give you not a better likelihood, but it can lead to dementia.
It absolutely has an association with it. So it is hard to predict dementia, but we do know that individuals with untreated hearing loss are at a much higher risk than someone with normal hearing. And it's because of the associations with untreated hearing loss that you do see increased social isolation, you have increased loneliness, and so being unable to hear impacts those social elements in your life so greatly.
And what you're talking about today is independent of something that is more advanced like Alzheimer's disease. This is something else that this can lead to, the dementia.
Yes.
Because the brain isn't stimulated.
Yeah, absolutely. So with untreated hearing loss, again, you have a certain level of decline from your brain tissue because you're not getting the acoustic stimulus that you normally would.
Well, Starkey, very famous, has wonderful technology available to help support people with hearing loss. Part of your mission is to help increase awareness to prevent it to begin with, to preserve as much good hearing. What are some things that we can do in our everyday lives?
Absolutely. We need to really care and protect our hearing. So wearing hearing protection, especially when you are around loud sounds, making sure that you avoid loud sounds, turn down the volume as much as you can if you have a loud environment, as well as just making sure that in general you're removing yourself from situations that are too loud.
And we're all doing it in our daily lives, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely.
So much of us. I know I was at a concert recently and I noticed some people with using some earplugs. That's a good thing.
It is a very good thing. To prevent
and keep your hearing from being impacted by that. Great conversation today. We have just started with it. We have more information. We're going to tell our viewers where they can find that. Thank you for being with us today. Great to meet you as well.
Thank you so much.
You can have more information about hearing loss and Starkey Hearing Technologies at KARE11.com under the 4 p.m. show page.